Now it's my honor to introduce and welcome the Commanding General of the Maneuver Center of Excellence in Fort Benning, Major General Curtis Buzzer.
Well, good morning, everyone, and it truly is a great Army day, and I'm honored to be here with family of Lieutenant General Hal and Julia Moore. Later this year, we will formalize the name of this installation as Fort Moore in what may be the most culturally significant event of my Army career. My least favorite pictures is this photo of President Obama skying over me playing basketball.
Oh, wow.
It looks like I have no vertical and can't play defense. Yeah, I first learned about General Moore back when I was a lieutenant. His fundamentals of leadership are just enduring. And as I reflect on my own career, and I've gotten an opportunity to serve for some incredible leaders, but I kind of see General Moore as a touchstone of just foundational leadership. Just how much he genuinely cared for his people. What I respect about him so much, and I had an opportunity to meet veterans of 17 Cav who came through for a reunion earlier this year, or late last year, and they just loved him. They would have followed him anywhere.
My father were to know this recommendation and approval was only about him, he would vehemently disagree and oppose it. This renaming now provides the opportunity to honor Julie, to realize that base renaming opportunity honors her, what she represents, her values, and lifts the Army family in terms of visibility and importance. I believe he would approve of that.
What would your mama say?
Did little old me?
The interesting part to me was learning a little bit about Mrs. Moore. To people that haven't been in the military, it may not resonate, but to people that lived on military bases, that was a significant change. And it was one that was done solely out of compassion and a service to the soldier's family. And for that to carry on, if that is somehow presented to these new soldiers and new trainees, I think it can't help but make them not only better soldiers, but also better people.
Character is highly important. Integrity is highly important. And for the Moores, for what I've seen and what I've learned, as a couple, to be able to do what they did, it shows that they had the consistency, which is every leader should have, to be able to portray those attributes. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing we really have, is your name, your character, your integrity, and the morals that you have. It is highly important that we stay consistent as leaders, and the Moores brought it home as far as I'm concerned.
What I hope that people take away from the naming of the base and the movie and just the relationship that Mom and Dad had with each other is you can go through a lot of tough things together if you stick together as a unit.
Dad began his career at Fort Benning. My mother connected to Fort Benning through Auburn and through my dad. My dad commanded at Fort Benning, and ultimately my dad's wish was to be buried among his troops at Fort Benning, which came true. So from beginning to end, his life is associated with Fort Benning, and having his life, their partnership associated with the values of Fort Benning, I think is an incredibly strong connection.
The Fort Benning name has taken us since 1918 up until the current day. But what I really think is important and what we want to focus on is that we want to look to the future. We really want to align with the character and commitment of the Moore family moving forward. It's really about new beginnings, and it's really about opening new chapters and trying to inspire 21st century soldiers with the story of the Moore family, and in my opinion, there's not a better one that we can be aligned with.
To know that Mom and Dad's legacy is going to live on forever, to know that they won't ever be forgotten, it's indescribable. It's just indescribable, because it just shows that not only did they mean so much to us, but they did to so many other people is just outstanding, as my dad would say, outstanding. Drive on.